Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new then welcome. My name's Chiana and I have a almost 10-month-old son. So as you can tell by the title of the video, I am doing a Q&A, and I've never done one before, but I've always wanted to, so I thought why not just go ahead and do it. So I asked you guys some questions on Instagram, I believe, and I got some really good ones. There were quite a few, so if I haven't picked yours, I'm sorry, but there were quite a few and I didn't want the video to be super long, so I literally just picked like the ones that I thought would be the best ones to answer. So the first question is, when you revealed on social media you were going to become a teen mum, was there any negative backlash, or were you only greeted with positivity and love? So in order to answer that question, I believe that I didn't actually get any negativity on social media. If I did, it was behind my back and I don't know about it. But in general, I believe everyone was super kind about it, and I actually loved it because I thought I would get hatred. I genuinely thought everybody would turn their backs on me and walk away. And don't get me wrong, there were a few friends that I had that did that, but not many at all, like probably one or two. But I actually loved the fact that when I posted the first image on Instagram that I was having a baby, everybody was so kind and supportive. I got so many comments saying congratulations, or hope you're all doing well, etc, etc. And I remember the day I did it and I was like, should I do it? Should I not? Oh, I don't know. But I was glad I did it, because then in the end it was like super nice, and actually I'm glad I did it. But in general, to the question, I loved it and everybody loved the fact that I was pregnant. And I have a cold, by the way, that's why I sound all stiffly. But in answer to your question, sorry, it is a genuine just love thing that people gave me, because I don't think people really knew what having a baby at 17 was, but for me it was hard. However, they all gave me support, and it was just really kind and positive comments, and it was really nice to read them all the time. My second question for the video is, would you visit your past or look in the future? I think I would visit my past, maybe? No, actually I would look into the future, purely because I would like to see where my son goes in life, and I wouldn't change it at all. Like, even if I could change it, say I went back into the say I went into the future and I was able to change things, I wouldn't, because that's clearly how it's meant to be and I wouldn't want to change it. And the reason for me thinking I'd go back into the past and then change it was because I don't want to change anything that's happened. I don't want to change the fact I've had a baby. I don't want to change the fact that I live with my mum still. I don't want to change those things. I really like the things I've got, and I wouldn't want it any other way. Like, I'm happy with where I am. I'm happy with who I have in my life and who I don't have in my life. I'm happy with YouTube. I'm happy with everything and anything possible. It's how I want it to be, so I wouldn't want to change it. So definitely I would go into the future. My third question is, how did Chase change your life? Now, personally, I believe he changed it for the better, because before him I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, not what I wanted to be, where I wanted to go. But now I know that I want a career in something certain. I want to be able to have my own house in the next year. I want to be able to have a job by the age when he turns 1, which is in like 2 months. Just things like that are things that he has changed for me. I would not be thinking the way I am. Like, I wouldn't want a house within the next year if I didn't have my baby, who is no longer a baby, by the way. I think when you have a baby, you think it's all going to be horrible, etc, etc, when actually it's the best thing that could have happened to me personally. Like, that's not for everybody at all. I know, I understand that completely, but for me, he was genuinely the best thing to happen, and I'm so glad that he is here, and I'm so glad that he is making my life worth living. I just love it. I absolutely love it. So I believe this is my 4th question. I could be wrong, but I think it's my 4th. But for the 4th question, or whatever question it is, I got, do you have any mental illnesses? Now this is quite a rough topic for most people. Now I do. I suffer with anxiety and depression, and I've had it for years. However, I've never done anything about it. Now, if you're watching this and you think you might have something mental illness wise, please go and do something about it. Please go to your doctor, because I have suffered for like, let me work this out, 7 roughly years, and I knew I had it. I absolutely knew, but I just couldn't be bothered to go through it and actually realise that I had it, because it does take time to work out what's best for you to make it better. And now I've only recently found out, like last month I think it was, that I found out that I definitely had it, because I was like, do you know what, I'm going to go to the doctors about this, because I can't carry on like this. And since having Chase, it's not got worse, however it was just harder to deal with, because I was looking after somebody else and not just myself anymore. But in the end I got some tablets. I'm now on new tablets because the old ones didn't work. And there's not specifically a thing that made me have depression and anxiety. The anxiety thing I'm really easy to deal with. However, if I'm finding it difficult to go out, I physically can't. I just won't. Like the other week I was meant to go pole dancing, like as like a little fitness thing with my 2 friends. I just couldn't do it. That night I was like, I physically can't. I can go anywhere but there right now, because I just can't do it. I didn't go. Where I should have gone. I should have gone, and I should have targeted it and said, no, I am going. However, I just didn't. But the whole depression thing is quite hard. I have really, really bad days, to the point where I physically don't feel like I can look after Chase. But I've got so many friends and family that support me, and having that around you is the best thing. I haven't told many people, and there were certain people I wasn't going to tell, and I had to. However, I'm not glad I told them. It's just nice that they know so that they can help. I mean, some people aren't helping with what they say sometimes. So like things like, oh, there's worse people off than you, things like that. There's no need to tell me that. I know that. But when you're in the state of mind of depression, you don't, yes, you think of it, however you can't come to terms with the fact that it's not just you feeling like this and this, that and the other. It's a hard subject to talk about, and if you want more information on my depression and stuff, then do let me know. But yeah, so I do suffer with depression and anxiety, and I am now currently taking tablets for it and controlling it the way I can. My another question, is that when's the next baby? There isn't one. So I've been thinking about whether I would want a second child or not. Now, if it was to happen, it was to happen. I would have the baby no matter what. However, I'm not going to plan another baby. I believe that I want Chase to be an only child. I want to be able to give Chase everything he wants to a degree. I don't want him to be a spoiled brat. There's a plane going past my house. Thank you. However, I don't know, like, I'd want the other child, because I've always wanted 2 children, preferably a boy and a girl, but if I was to have 2 boys, it'd be 2 boys, it wouldn't bother me at all. But, I mean, I want the second child, I just don't know if I want it as much as I should want it, if it was to happen, do you know what I mean? So if it was to happen, I would want the baby more than anything. However, to plan it, I'm not gonna do, because right now I'm not living in my own house, so it's not practical at all. I also don't have a job this moment in time, so I don't want that to add more pressure to my life with the whole like depression and stuff. But also, I'm loving the fact it's just me, Mark and Chase right now, and us 3 are working things out on our own, and we're working out how we can do family life on our own, because Mark no longer lives with me either, so it's hard to get to terms with. Things like that, it's just quite difficult, but it works out in the end, and one day we'll have our house and we'll have as much money as we need, because we'll both have a job. Like Mark works, but I just don't right now, because obviously I'm looking after Chase. So I mean, I don't think there'll be another baby. However, if it's to happen, it happens. End of story, really. Another question is, do you find it hard or struggle to be with... I can't talk. Do you find it hard or struggle to be a mum? If so, what do you struggle with the most? So I don't find it hard. Being a mum is actually quite simple when you do it, obviously, because it's a thing that you don't have a book to look back at to see whether you're doing things right. It's up to you as a mother. What you do is right and wrong for your child. Everybody has a different aspect to life, and therefore everyone thinks differently to what's right and wrong, like breastfeeding or formula feeding. They're both the same. Your child's being fed. What's the issue? Things like that. There's things that like are fine for me. However, struggling wise, not being in my own house right now is quite a big struggle, because my mum's been away for 10 days. Like, she comes back next Friday. It's currently this Friday, sorry, and it's currently Monday now, so I've got another 5 days without her. And I'm doing all my washing myself. I'm doing everything myself, and I love it. I want my own house now even more than ever, because I want to be able to do my own washing. I want to be able to cook my own dinner for my family. I want to do those kinds of things, and it's harder to do when I live with my mum. So things like that I struggle with. Like, I want my own house, and I will get it one day. It's just a waiting process where I've just got to wait and see what happens, but it'll happen. Another thing I struggle with is the fact that because I don't live with Mark, he is able to go out when he wants in a way, but not. And obviously, if I want to go out, I have a driving licence, I just don't have a car yet. So I can't drive anywhere. Luckily, I have friends who are able to do that for me, like take me places if needs be and things like that, which I am super grateful for. But I can't just go off with my friends and leave Chase at home, whereas Mark is able to do that. He's able to go off with his friends and know that Chase is safe with me. I mean, that's just something little that I struggle with, but mostly being a mum is great, and I absolutely love being a mum, and I've never wanted anything more than that. That is all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you want me to do another Q&A, please either message me on Instagram, Snapchat, leave a comment down below, anything you like, just message me. I really love chatting to you guys as well, so when you leave comments it makes my day a bit brighter, because I know that somebody's gone out their way to just leave a comment, whether nice or negative, it's a comment. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!